everybody. Welcome to our Midweek Connection. This week, we're out at Craig Hodnefields and Tammy's and enjoying a beautiful day. It's cold, but it's a pretty day. And I wanted you to see some cows. Today, you saw little miniature ponies last week. Well, today we're going to look at some miniature cows. These guys behind me are first-year mamas, and they're babies, and so it's pretty fun just to be out here. And thank you to Craig for letting us come and enjoy this wonderful time together today. I'm going to read to you a poem that's called Winter Calving. And if you remember, I did this last year about this time too, but I could pass it up because this is such a fun time. And I just wanted to share this poem. It talks about the cows. It talks about the rancher that takes care of them, and it just kind of gives you a good feeling all over. And so I hope you're enjoying it as much as I do. But here we go with Winter Calving. I went out to see a friend of mine just the other day. His cows were all a calving, all in God's intended way. The day was fine and beautiful, which was just okay by me. I could have cared less about the weather. It was them newborn calves I come to see. And I wasn't a bit disappointed as we drove out into the field, and by the looks of all that was going on, my friend was realizing a pretty bountiful yield. We drove from pasture to pasture in our effort to feed that hungry herd, and we talked about the newborns and such, all spoken in a kindly word. Those little calves sure have a way of making a fella laugh. They put up their tails and kick up their heels like they're being chased by a cold winter's draft. They'd bob and weave about the field like they were running from wild coyotes. They were playing games with each other. They were really feeling their oats. But it wasn't the oats they was eating that made them feel so full of life. It was that good fresh milk from Mama that made them free from all strife. Now it's interesting to note many of these little fellas wouldn't be here today had it not been for the good-hearted rancher who kept watch even on the strays. 'Cause sometimes even mamas can't hold those little ones near, and sometimes they get distracted or run away in fear. That's when the good-hearted rancher spends that extra time looking for the little lost souls to bring them back in line. And even though this good man does his very best, there are still those who don't make it that he will have to lay to rest. Sometimes the hours are long, the weather is wet and cold, but there's just something about raising a herd that never seems to grow old. These little calves are carefree and content with what's around them now, but they have no idea of the trials and trails that they'll have to face someday somehow. But for now, life is full and really good. Their days are filled with fun. All these little fellers have to do is play in the brilliance of the sun. And it's all because of my rancher friend, treating them little doggies with the best of care. You have to appreciate a good man like that. God has blessed him with a big heart to share. Now I'm thinking about all of our fellas that ranch at Cowboy Church this time of year, taking care of these newborns, and as you move on into the spring with others that are coming, and also for the Brandon times that will be coming up as well. You know, we really need, as Americans, to appreciate our ranchers and our farmers. They feed the world. They don't just feed America, they feed the world. And we need to say thanks every once in a while, just letting them know how much we appreciate them and all that they do in taking care of us. So if you get an opportunity at Cowboy Church, or even if you're out driving around and you happen to see one of these fine ranchers, or their wife or family just say, hey, thanks, we appreciate you and all you do for us. Well, we're going to get some video here of these cows and calves, and hopefully some of them will do what I said, maybe start running around kicking up their heels. Right now they're feeding, so they may not, but we're going to get some anyway, and I hope that you just sit back, relax, and enjoy. So I'll say God bless, happy trails, and stay narrow.